Good afternoon. Just doing a quick one. I've been painting. I've been fixing airbrushes all day, so I've been wiped out from airbrush stuff. I included dropping like the nozzle out of my Sotar, just like the tiniest bit possible, onto the floor. It was just a nightmare. I spent about like half an hour looking for it. Gave it up. Had lunch, and then my lovely wife found it within about 2 minutes. So we're just going to do a quick one. I've not got a lot of time this afternoon to do stuff. So I've gone into the shed. I've picked out one of my not quite finished bits of terrain. So we've got a bunch of these that are very much like a junkyard, post-apocalyptic, whatever you want to have it as. Battlegrounds, obviously easy call. So it's all made with just junk around the house. It's made for me. Got like a bunch of terrain made for me by a guy that kit bashes loads of stuff. I found him on eBay, bought some stuff. I thought it was like really cool looking. I got in touch and said, could you make me some more? Yeah, gave him like a brief. So the brief included like chemical plants and power stations, as well as this sort of style. So I'll get the details up for him, because he's super cool guy, like lovely work, and it's things like straws and nuts and bolts and airfix kits and anything you can find, basically botched together into what I think is really like nice looking thematic looking stuff like that. Just quickly grab some of the stuff that's in the queue. It's super hot here at the moment, so I can't really do a lot of like spray painting. It's not the best, so when it cools down later on, this guy, for instance, this should get maybe another lick of paint, and then start airbrushing like the layers on. So just go for like some similar style. This is all the same package essentially, which is pretty cool. I was really impressed with it. It's definitely worth the money, and a lot cheaper than you'd expect, to be fair as well. Yeah, like this obviously like little bits of wire, build up like of like the different materials. It's super cool. So yeah, I'll try to find his deals for it. Oh, and there is a bit of the chemical plant, so we quickly reach to the airbrush station. So here you go, straight out of you can imagine Batman kicking the Joker in. That's pretty cool. I like it. I love it. I love the terrain stuff he's made. So I play a lot of War Machine, which is traditionally 2D, but at the same time I want to have like really nice pictures and really nice stuff to be able to put down on the table. So what we got is the start of this, and then some water in my palette. So very much like just building up from a zenithal through like various browns up to where we are. Oh, and a nice bit of dry brushing. Just get like a massive. It's like it's like the best dry brush tool you'll ever find. Is just go on eBay or Amazon or whatever. Buy you just a cheap makeup brush. It's perfect for dry brushing, especially like big things like tanks and terrain. So yeah, I want to just do a little bit of work on this before I go for the day. So we're going to start with basically just adding some gunk to it. So I'm using Citadel Technical Typhus Corrosion. So this is essentially like a gritty sort of texture. Let's give it a good shake. And just pull something out onto the edge of this palette. Can you see the palette? There you go. So the colour is kind of hard to tell from here, but yeah, you're looking at, rather than just being like a thin paint. Mr. Frog, I'm good, thank you. I've got a lot of time before I'm doing like the school run to go and get my kids, so I'm just working on a bit of terrain. I want to be able to put down like a full table full of this sort of stuff. There's a bunch of new players in my area for War Machine. Obviously, Age of Sigmar is just sort of starting its new edition. So this is like very just slapdash, right? And this is the idea though, is it's basically like just dirt and grime that you pick up. So kind of just feel free to like use your hands, put on a slap. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be neat. It's meant to be a mess, so be messy. Like embrace your inner goblin, your orc in a scrapyard, and just slap it on. And that's what we're doing. So just like on the where you think that the dirt basically would build up. So I'm doing it essentially on the lower parts of the model. I just started Indomitus. That's cool. I got Indomitus when it came out. And we had like a lot of people in like my local meta were really keen to pick up the new edition, and then everyone got like a little bit too competitive and started like throwing money at it, and it kind of put me off a little bit. But I still got a bunch of stuff to paint, and yeah, the models, the sculpts are super cool. I think like out of all the different systems that I'm seeing and like makers, I should preface it with for actual gaming rather than for modelling and for just looking cool. I think Games Workshop are making like some fantastic looking sculpts. I also love it. So War Machine's like my first love for wargaming, and I think some of the stuff they're creating is awesome as well. But yeah, definitely like the level of detail and coolness you get out of some of these is fantastic. So we've just done like the one side, just around the bottom. We'll put a little bit under here as well, in this like groove area. Turn it around so you can see it a bit better. But yeah, this is the very quick and easy. We're going to basically try and whap a load of this on. This is the technical. This is the Typhus Corrosion, the technical range. If you missed the start, what we're using. So it's meant to be slapped on. It's meant to be rough and ready. This is basically just the build up of grime and crap at the bottom of the model. The Soul Wars box. That's cool. I'm in this like massive army choice paralysis where it comes to stuff at the moment. So obviously Age of Sigmar's about to drop the new edition, and I'm looking at it and going, what do I want? So I played Age of Sigmar a little bit, not a lot. I had a Siege army when they came out. I played like the local event. My local event for Age of Sigmar is like one of the biggest in the UK. Sheffield Slaughter. So I played that. It had maybe like half a dozen games, and built something. It wasn't too like gratuitous. It wasn't like it was just all flames, for instance. And I came like 20th with like I don't know, like less than a dozen games under my belt. But obviously I've played like competitive war games elsewhere. So here we go. So we're seeing like the build up here, and if you can. It's hard to tell, but there's like a very granular sort of texture to the paint. So put a little bit on here. Yeah, so I played that, but I didn't really find them like that exciting. So I've been looking at what I want to, but obviously with a new edition so close, I wasn't really like willing to commit and go, oh yeah, I'll buy this new army. I was like, well. In a couple of months' time, I might be like, oh, I don't like that so much. So yeah, I'm looking at Soulblight Gravelords. I think they look super cool. I'm looking at Gloomspite Gits. I think they look super cool. I love goblins. Like, what's not to love about goblins? We'll get some of this on the inside here. You're not going to be able to see a lot of this, but when you do, it should like sort of start to build up. And I really like the Nurgle models, like the Great Unclean one I think looks like fantastic. Let's try and get this for this, we were using like this humongous monster brush. I want to just get like a right across this. And I love the Skaven. So very much like, I suppose a lot of them are Horde sort of builds, but we'll see where it goes. So we built up like a good amount of muck now on this this guy. Yeah, the grey and clean one. I think I've got this is when I started playing Games Workshop. I've got a Games Workshop grey and clean one from that era. So from like early 90s. But yeah, you definitely need to like put aside some time to give that sort of model like a love, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful in its ugliness, right? You get what I mean? Because it's a hideous like giant fat demon, but it's just glorious in its simplicity. So I don't know. He's in a box underneath my bed at the moment, I think, along with a lot of the older stuff. So we've got basically just like a bunch of build up here of the Typhus Corrosion. Try and get some of the underside. Just mop up what's left, basically. May as well use it. Put a little bit on the bottom side of this coil. But yeah, just trying to add a little bit more character to this. Where it would be like it would have been rolled around in the dirt and kicked around, scuffed. Just try and lightly pass across it. So this is like just a little bit of watered down. I should do. So yeah. So there we go. This is what we have so far. So this is here's the magic. Just cardboard. So that's going to dry. It shouldn't take long at all in the heat. And we've got a bit of the other technical paints to add to the mix. So we've got some of the Typhus Corrosion. That's enough for this guy. Nice and simple. This is my first. If you're watching and you can have a chat, thanks for joining me. This is my first actual painting stream properly. I did a little bit of messing around this morning, and I've had like the tech for a while I've been working on, and yeah, and we had to make sure it was running. On the game table, yeah, I'm a massive fan of mats, game mats, and like in fact, if you I don't know, let me think. Yeah, if you look at like my my Facebook pages and stuff, I'll get some pictures up of me at the table. I think I've got some pictures of me playing War Machine with Duncan Rhodes on my mat, which is from Game Mat EU, who do like fantastic, like really like colourful and characterful maps. You can get like all sorts of flavours and themes that look super cool. So yeah, I'm basically trying to get this lot finished, or rather a chunk towards it. And my models, but like I didn't have time to delve into like really picking up some models today or this afternoon. Yeah, so we'll get that so we can have some really nice pictures and just have that thematic game really, and it works like across multiple systems. So just change to some Nurgle rocks. Obviously, we've got like a bunch of like pipes. So I'm just gonna let it build up. In fact, let me. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we go. Right, so see what you can see. Yeah, absolutely. Ask away, buddy. So you can see the Nurgle rot's like semi-transparent. So where you build it up, like around this this pipe, it's not that clear until you sort of start to layer up. So we're gonna do that, and we'll do a couple of the other areas where like gunk might be sort of dripping out. So I'm using a big brush, but I'm not like too fussed about it being super tidy. So you can see where basically like just rainwater and gunk will have pooled and sort of drip down, where things might have been slimy and disgusting in the first place. So you want to paint your Necrons with a purple glow. So the first question is, do you have an airbrush? I absolutely love my airbrush. It was such a good investment, both for like time saved for more basic things, and like the ability to like do easy blends and stuff like that. It's like, it's such a good purchase. I've got a couple, so I've got like a very sort of basic one, came with like my compressor. You ordered one, right? Yeah, so I've got like just a bog standard unbranded one that came with the compressor I bought, and I think that was just like literally off Amazon, and then like I think there's like a bunch of things you really want to get with it. I do try to use my mask whenever I'm doing it, but also I'm in a really well ventilated room, so it's not too bad if I'm not. So you can see here, just like a couple of layers of this. That's what you see, like building up to the colour, and we've got like the seepage onto the floor. Let's try and change the direction of that slightly. I'm using like some crappy old brushes for this. I wouldn't recommend you use like anything you don't mind getting wrecked, because some of these technical paints are either like very gloopy or very colourful. Colourful? That's maybe not the word. Very gloopy or very like almost like glossy, and you don't want to wreck your good paints doing this sort of thing, basically. But yeah, this is like very much for terrain anyway. So you can see there, just like a couple of layers. It's building up like in the bottom section a little bit more, which is what I'm aiming for. And then we're gonna rinse and repeat, see what we've got basically. So I'm gonna flip it over. But yeah, there's some really cool options if you want to wait till you get your airbrush. Then quite honestly, glows become really easy. Like there's no two ways about it. So we're gonna just do this is the same on this side with this pipe. Just gonna have this little pool underneath all of this area. But yeah, like you can basically just use your airbrush like very lightly. Get like all my cap and stuff on. Can I reach it over? Oh, not without spilling my drinks. Just remove some stuff very quickly. Like if I was doing, if I was doing a glow with this, let's assume the cap's not on. Just very light pressure to like to say that's along the top of these cogs with the colour. You can work through the colours basically to get in almost like white to create a glow. It's pretty easy to do. I'll probably do some glowing stuff like soon, to be fair, because it's like a really nice easy technique to use to show off. But here we go. We got and if not, I use like a lot of Vallejo paints. So these obviously the Citadel range, but yeah, I use a lot of Vallejo, and I've got like the full like fluoro range, which are meant to be for glowing stuff basically. So if you want to have glowing pink, glowing purple. Did you say purple? You did say purple. They do a fluoro magenta. So you're not going to be far wrong in looking up the Vallejo fluoro magenta, and check out like Angel of Geralda. He's got like a full tutorial on how to use the fluoro paints. But yeah, it'll be really easy for you to work out how to like build that. What's the base color you're looking for? So a purple glow. Are they going to be like sort of like a lighter metallic, really dark? What are you aiming for? I think Necrons are like really interested in how much sort of character you can put on them. Look at this. This is where we want some black and purple. I quite like that. I think think that works really well. I think light, like really dark or really light would work really well. So like a white and purple glow, or like you said, a black and purple. I think that sounds quite good, like color theory wise. So most people aren't going to see this part, but I've got enough time to spend tonight, like this afternoon, before I go and like do the school run, that we may as well get some toxic sludge spread in amongst this. Now, if I'm lucky, stuff will have dried well enough for me to do like a little bit of rust on it as well, to like finish it off. We're going to do like a little pool here, as if this pipe basically is burst. So we're going to put like a nice big chunk here, maybe like upwards, almost like there's like the cracks. It's coming down. So yeah, there you go. So that's a bit of Nurgle's rot added to the base. Hopefully very well. So got this is the first one. You can see like even now it's like kind of zoom in a little bit more, like a little bit gloss. Oh hello. Too far. There you go. See that gloss even when it's dried. It's like such a nice effect, right? I love it. So we go back out. So I think that's probably gonna be enough of this for now. Just put that. I'm super lucky that my little office has a sink, so like everything is nice and simple. I'll watch this. Use this. Clean it. Next. Clean this. This bad boy, when it gets done later, I suspect I'll do something similar. So I'll either go for like a fill-in, like this section, like higher, maybe with like a resin, or we'll just do some sort of like a cool glow for the like the liquid inside. That'll be cool. So you go. So that's the first two. So the Typhus Corrosion is the grime, that level of grime. So I have to pick up the tray piece again. So you can see all across this bottom, across here, is basically like the build-up of grime and dirt. Obviously it's been dry brushed on purpose first, just to bring up the top bits. And then we've got again the grime. It's all dried up. We've got the lovely glowing spill of some Nurgle's rot from the various pipes, or from the. Maybe we should have put some there, but we'll live with it. It's just terrain, I suppose. I'll come back to it. And then yeah, we're gonna add a little bit of Ryza Rust. So just do like a little like trio of technical paints there. Obviously I've got the blood as well. I think the blood from it's got this like brilliant. Thanks for the follow as well, Mr. Meavrock. It's appreciated. God, give this a good shake. It's hot out here today. It's hot in here today. I've got the windows closed because the wife is doing some noisy gardening, bashing some wood. Oh, this is not done much at all. God, this needs a good shake. It's like an exercise video rather than painting. So look. So you want to be using a dry brush for the Ryza Rust. So I've got just like a large, yeah. It's a large dry brush. So I got a bigger one. No, we'll do this. Gives me like a bit of control. So just gonna get a bunch of it on, and just want to like work it around so it gets like into the bristles nicely, and then we'll start applying stuff like let's go like let me bring it up a bit where we want a bit of character, a bit of colour. So and this should pick up on the texture from the Typhus Corrosion. I need to get a bit more on there. we can start to see if we zoom in a bit. There's like a little bit of texture to it. Get this. Okay, yeah. So we see it just not like very strongly, but very much just like just starting to pick up the colour on the air if you want to, and just like sort of work it into the different layers. So very much is just like the finishing touches here. Yeah, we don't want to. I'll maybe like add some foliage at the bottom, like a little bit of vine or something creeping up. But yeah, this is it's very clippy. This is the first time I opened the bottle, and it is chunk. It's a little bit too much there, but we can work that out. So, do you guys? I imagine this sort of thing would work really nicely with like sort of if you picked up Necrons and wanted to have them almost like they'd be like in stasis, but like rotting away on like a corrosive planet. I imagine that'd be pretty cool to see. Yeah, rather than like a clean killing machines, instead have them as very much like sort of almost like Tomb Kingsy, right? So they're really lead into that. Totally not history. Is it history? I don't know. I don't know if I Necrons. Necrons didn't exist when I played 40k last. So Necrons and Tau, what are they? When I came back to the game, I was like, what are these guys? These look cool. So that was interesting. That was a bit of a shock to the system, especially the Tau, because they're so different. But yeah, we see just a build up of like a little bit of extra color, extra texture. I'll try and make sure I'm not getting into the there you go. Not get too deep into the Nurgle drop. But yeah, you can see that, you know, just with essentially this is Zenithal, spray black, then Zenithal, and then basically built up through very dark to like light browns, a bit of dry brush, just like white or like cream, I think I might have used over the top, and then yeah, straight to the technical paints to finish it off. Basically, that's like pretty simple, pretty effective. Like if you've got a table that you want to make and you don't want to spend forever doing it, like it's very effective, very nice and a good looking way to do it. To go here is, you know, the remnants of the last invasion, you know, ships smashed into dirt, or it's you know, the outskirts of a hive world, sort of that's it's already been bombed to hell back, and then you can just build it wherever you feel like it, right? Where you go, where do you want to have this extra character? So flip it over. It's one side pretty much done. I'm just gonna put in a little bit heavier here, and then we'll brush it out so you can see it a little bit better on the stream. We'll just do a heavy bit of corrosion on the top here. I think it's all like the stuff we get now out of technical paints and out of like essentially GT paints, right? It's paints that like allow you to do more than you might otherwise with like the time, the experience sort of thing. So here we go. So I just put like a big blob on the left and just messily work it in, especially here into where the Typhus is. You can see like a little bit of the grains help to pick up the orange, just to add to the that's how it looks, that effect. Yeah, just build up the slime looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. And just gonna just pile on a bit onto the springs. It's quite hard for it to get a good angle. This I'm sticking to my so how hot it is. I'm sticking to like the paper. I'll do a bit more like a bigger blob along the bottom, and then, like I said, just work it in. This is very much, you know, your plain graveyard, your mech boy supply pile, your post-apocalyptic sort of battleground. However you want to envision it, right? It's pretty easy to put this sort of thing together and build like a really cool narrative here. Like I've got like a sort of a map that's very much like in these colours, like a game map. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be able to do this sort of thing. Try to get a bunch more underneath here where it'd pull up a bit. Nearly there, I think. But yeah, there's a lot to do in my house for this stuff at the moment. A lot of models to do. I've got like quite a selection of like models that are for painting. I've got a bunch of ones that are just for painting, so they literally are just painting projects. Because I've got a couple of dark crystal Skeksis busts from Broken Toad, and I think like a cyberpunk or Shadowrun, depending on your viewpoint, like Street Samurai, so like a cyber samurai waiting in a pose. I'm just gonna put a little bit of rust around like the where the joints are, and we're pretty much done. So we've got some more to do this side. Actually, we'll do like a little bit of highlight at the very end to like pick out some more like shines of the metal. But yeah, we've got a bit of rust, well, a bit of grime, a bit of slime, and a bit of rust, just to finish off this terrain piece. So I'll go to. In fact, this might be the first piece I've finished. I'm actually finished. But yeah, as you see, that's yeah, nice, quick, easy job. What I'll try and do in the next couple of days, if the weather allows it, because it's been hella hot, is to show you when these are from scratch. So things like we'll do this one, like the chemical plant stuff, and like some of the walls. Like they're super cool. Like I really love how they come out. So obviously they have the same job on them. Maybe it'll be a glow to the liquid inside. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so that is my first bit of finished terrain. Finished. There might be some. Yeah, there'll be probably like some plants added just around the bottom here, just to add a little bit more to it. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's ready for the table. So. If you've enjoyed watching, that's just been like a bit of a quick run through of using like this little technical range to finish off your terrain pieces, basically. Obviously, you can use this with tanks, with robots, whatever you want. But we've got the variety is this gradient of grime along the bottom half, and where it's like swished up is the Typhus Corrosion. And then the Ryza Rust on top of it, and then the Nurgle rock for obviously for the pooling slime and stuff. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's pretty cool. I've got a lot of War Machine to be painting and to be building at the moment, and a lot of bits of 40k to paint, and AOS, which is just like for fun really at the moment. None of it's stuff I'm going to be keeping to play, I think. So that'll be interesting to see. And yeah, like I said, a lot of painting projects there. further down the line because they're just for painting. I won't be gaming with them, but it's cool. So there you go. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. It's been a quick one. Just I want to show you something, and be back tonight. Not sure if we do gaming or painting time. We'll see how I feel basically after the heat in the afternoon. But yeah, thanks so much. Don't forget you can subscribe. You can check out the website and the YouTube channel. It'll go back up in a bit of high definition afterwards. And I'll try and track down the link to the guy who's made this. And he's made, like I said, a whole range of terrain for me. So I've got like 6 boxes full of stuff that he's made, and that are fantastic. Like, couldn't be happier. So yeah, I'll catch you later. Thank you. And don't forget, feed the social media gods and follow me and stuff. I will see you later. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.
Snow through the pillars of the pale. Rest your feet, come and listen to the tales. Raise your mark to the legends of the frost. Through our songs they will never be lost.